We are here with the eldest child of Bertha Allen, and we're doing our interview. Um, what are your fondest memories of Ma?
My fondest memories of mother is when we would sit and talk about her life and how she grew up and the things that she experienced and the hardships she went through. And she also would talk about her faith in God and how she prayed that the Lord would allow her to live until her children get grown because she didn't want uh, them to come up like she did because her mother died when she was 5 years old and her sister was, I think, about three, and she never did know her father. And she lived with from relative to relatives, and she told me all about it and all. And she had to stop school when she was in the seventh grade and work to help take care of herself and all. And she had a hard life, but I admired her for her courageousness and her love and devotion to her children, and I knew she loved us all and that she would do anything necessary within reason for us.
What what did you like most about her personality?
But what I loved the most about her and her personality was she, uh, 90% of the time, she always was smiling and laughing, and she always spoke with hope and faith, and she always expected things to always get better, and they would. And she was the type of person that wasn't ever really to give up, and she had long, pretty hair, and she was kept herself looking beautiful all the time, and she just had a splendid personality, and she didn't mind conveying it and smiling and letting people know that uh, if you smile, the world will smile with you.
Does anyone in the family remind you of her?
Yeah, Margie Louise remind me of her a lot. She's she look a lot like mother, and she's humorous a lot and all the time having something to joke about. Mother didn't joke a lot, but and she was very serious in most cases, but every now and then she did have something funny to say, and like she used to say, mighty poor rat don't have but one hole. And she would also say, more fishes in the sea than those that been caught. Let you know that don't ever get hung up on one individual so much so until you lose all faith and hope and act as though you life is going to stop. But it's always something better out there for you. You have faith and hope in God. He always has something better for you.
Okay. And how do you want your mother's legacy to be remembered?
I wanted to be remembered by we always loving one another and caring and sharing one another, and always looking toward God with faith and hope and expectation, and knowing that the best is always yet to come. Uh, Mother, once I remember when I was about 12 years old, she was standing in the back door and the sun was shining in her face, and she was singing, Lord, I hope the sun will shine in my face one day. And I couldn't understand that because she was standing in the door and the sun was shining in her face, and I couldn't understand that then. But she was going through some trying and difficult times, and she lived to see the sun really shine in her face one day because the Lord delivered her out of a real poverty-stricken position where she had a little money and a nice home and everything before she died, and she was able to live a better life than she had when we was all coming up together. So we should always live with faith and hope and expectation, and she always loved and cared about people, and she always worked hard to try to make things be better for us, and that we wouldn't have to ever experience any of the things that she encountered when she was coming up.
You got anything else you want to say?
I would just want to say to all of us as a family, I trust that we will always endeavor to care and share one with another, and to really sincerely love one another, and really have sincere faith and hope in God, and live to that extent, and not live for the world, but live for Christ in our life. And that's the way Mother was, and she was dedicated to the Lord, and she always gave Him her time, her talents, and her resources, including her tithe and offering. But she always had compassion on people who were less fortunate than she was. And I think we should always bear that in mind, and always really truly love one another, and love one another beyond any circumstances or reasons, and do what is necessary regardless of what a person has gone through and has gotten into it. Mother always remembered that she too made mistakes, and she fell down, but she got up, and she would always try to help you up if you needed to get up, and not leave you down and criticize you, but tell you that she hoped that you don't make the same mistake over again. But she didn't just criticize you, talk about you, and leave you where you were, but she always was there and willing and ready to help you. She even would help strangers and all, that people that she didn't even know. And I could come to her about someone that was in trouble and needed some help, and she would help them and all. And she was just a loving, caring person that loved everybody, and especially her family.
All right.